A very good morning. Today is 18 June 2020. Today in this video we'll be discussing the headlines of the Hindu newspaper and also the editorial analysis of the Hindu newspaper. Today is 18 June 2020. If you are first to my channel, I am Prashant. I welcome you all to wifisestudy Karo. Please hit the bell icon and subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you will not miss any further updates. This is the editorial discussion, but we'll just start with the headlines and we'll just get into this article. These are the headlines of newspaper. 7 months on, probe drags on in lawyer policeman clash case. Lawyer seen threatening or thrashing policeman in a video, not called for questioning yet. This is regarding the Delhi police personnel protest outside its headquarters at ITO against the assault on policemen following the clashes with lawyers at Tis Hazir court. This is regarding the assault case of the police. Most of them are protesting. If the workers' registration can be verified online, says the court. Delhi event, over 300 foreign nationals may return home soon. LOC means lookout circulars against them withdrawn, says senior MHA official. 38-year-old man arrested for killing mother-in-law, injuring 3 others. Accused believed victim was not letting wife stay with him. The accused attacked the victim when she had come out of the house to see of her relatives. When her relatives came to rescue, they were also attacked. The weapon was later recovered. A BJP protests against loot in power bill. Foreign national arrested for duping people. Accused posed as a trader and asked people to send him herbal seeds and oils. NGT no to alternative ways of cremation plea. Move aimed to curbing air pollution. COVID-19 recoveries nearing around 1 lakh mark. Active cases in capital stands at 17,235. This is regarding the virus spread, and the recovery is almost 1 lakh. Doubling time of cases slows down in Gurgaon. Infections are now doubling every 44 days in the region. Kejriwal visits Lakshminagar demolition site. Will arrange temporary shelter, says Kejriwal. Work starts on underground section of Phase 4 project. Janakpur West RK Ashram Metro Corridor has around 22 stations. EU Cultural Society stand against acting of ECA quota. CBSE students place Gout schools ahead of private ones. They attribute their success in board exams to the teacher. My teachers and parents have given me confidence to work hard, said by one of the students named Varun Kumar. So this is a great move by the government. CBSE students are ahead, means government schools have performed very well when compared to private ones. Virus claims one more life in Noida. Consider reopening lawyer schemes registration, says court. The portal was closed on April 19th. AMU forms a final year exam mark scheme. New academic session of varsity to start from August 5th to online mode. There is no dress code. Another Congress MLA resigns in MP and joins BJP. String of exit rocks party. Strength in assembly down to 90. This is regarding Madhya Pradesh MLA resignation. Village head shot dead in Haryana. 348 new cases reported in Punjab. This is regarding the COVID-19 cases in Punjab. Slums a worry in fight against virus. Increasing number of cases from such areas in Bhubaneswar. As you can see from the figure, masks for the sale in Bhubaneswar. State to check black marketing of Remdesivir and Tocilizumab. Information on rates, availability of drugs used in COVID-19 fight to made public. These are the drugs for the treatment of COVID-19. So state have kept check on black marketing of these drugs and prices. Maharashtra tally crosses around 2.9 lakhs with around 803 cases, 1,214 fresh cases and 62 deaths in Mumbai. The state's recovery rate stands at 54.81%, while its case fatality rate is around 3.91%. COVID-19 patient allegedly rapes woman at quarantine center. Gone slaves, Teltambi moves High Court for COVID-19 testing. Petition says the duo are at a grave risk. This is the editorial page. The first article is Iran ties needs fight diplomacy. The person who penned this article is Rakesh Sood. He is a former diplomat. So what he says is that India must continue to remain politically engaged with Iran despite its partnership plan with China. This is regarding the Chabbar project, the Chabbar and Zidani last week. You can see from figure what this project is: a rail line connection between, this is the Iran and India. The rail line connection is between Mumbai and Chabbar. This is the port in Iran, and there is this is the connection between India and Iran. As you can see, there are different ports, and Iran has rejected its ties to bring out this project due to our incapability, says Iran, but this should be done in a diplomatic talks so that this project can be achieved. And this is some details. Recent reports that the Iran and Urban Development Minister Mohammad Islami had launched a track laying program for a 28 kilometers long rail link between the Chabbar and Zahidan last week, sparked concerns that India was excluded from this project. So India was excluded from this project, and Iran clarified that the case India could join the project at later stage, but this keeps the door open for IRCON, means International IRCON Railways Limited. This is the construction who is undertaking that project. This is one of the company, IRCON, which has been associated with this project even as India continues with development Chabbar project. So what is the use of this project, and what are some of the benefits why Iran has rejected at this point of time? So it can be, again, we can bring it into agreement by just having some good talks with Iran, says this article. The next article is again political criteria. Beyond the pace, Ashok Gehlot had managed the crisis, but Rajasthan is in a prolonged political drama. This is the Rajasthan political, how Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot, the issue between them. Next article is on milestone of millions. Death remains low, but India might fight the virus not to manage the data. As you can see, in different parts of the states in the country, there are a lot of deaths due to COVID-19, but the data is inaccurate and saying that the reported cases are very low, so we should focus on the recovery rate rather than changing or manipulating the data, this article says. University examination guidelines to score low. The UGC insistence on conducting final year varsity tests could end up in harming the future of the student on many counts. This article is regarding the UGC had recently said that they will conduct the final year examination irrespective of whatever might be the situation. So it can only harm the students, but not it doesn't achieve any good results, because this is a pandemic and very. So due to this article says that the UGC insistence on conducting the final year varsity will only end up in harming the future of the students rather than it helping. So they need to think and rethink conducting this examination. Telangana COVID trials and tribulations. Crowded hospitals, lack of transparency of data and inadequate testing are some of the problems that mark the state's response to the virus, and the report on how Telangana seemed to be in control of the situation but it is now fumbling. This is regarding the Telangana state. There is a lack of transparency, reasons of spread of virus and struggle in hospital, the migrant crisis and the police headness. So they are unable to handle this pandemic situation as there is a rise in number of cases. Karnataka ramps up testing as cases soar. Bengaluru contributes around 115 fatalities, 3,693 cases. Kerala intensifies curbs in coastal hamlets. AP focuses on 3 districts. Rajasthan SOG files FIR after tape on horse trading. TN emerges as a top investment destination, but overall, fresh investment announcements in India slumped to the lowest 5 years, projects today said. No one can touch an inch of India's territory. This is upon the arrival of Leh, Mr. Singh witnessed on high altitude joint airborne exercise by the troops, including some battle drills by the troops of the Ladakh Scouts, a defense source said. This is regarding India and China issue. No one can touch the inch of India's territory, says that Mr. Singh. Chinese troops are yet to fully move out. High Court clears demolition of Telangana Secretariat complex. Supreme Court rejects plea against it. No plan to extend lockdown, says the CM Yediyurappa. Clip hints at Congress demands ministers arrest for trying to dislodge Rajasthan government. This is regarding the Rajasthan police on a hotel in Manse where the rebel Congress MLAs are staying. This is Shekhawat's role. The Congress on Friday alleged that the involvement of Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat in the conspiracy to topple its government in Rajasthan and demanded his immediate arrest of a probe by the Special Operations Group of the state. Police confirmed misuse of the office by him, which it was prime facie clear. So Congress demands the arrest of Shekhawat's role in demolishing the government. BJP had raised around 500 crores to topple the government. These are the sources which says that the government had been toppled due to BJP issues. Minister denies Congress charge for house trading. Not my voice, ready to face any probe, says Shekhawat. This is the person, Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Police team made to wait at hotel. At UN meet, Modi calls for reform multilateralism. PM says that system needs to be more representative, calling on the members of United Nations to pledge for reform within a word of world body. Prime Minister Modi on Friday said that multilateral system needed to more representative, and India believed that the path to achieve sustainable peace and prosperity was through multilateralism. He was speaking with the high dialogue of the UN Economic and Social ECOSOC and multilateralism after COVID-19. What kind of UN do we at the 75th anniversary. This is regarding the speech by Narendra Modi and a dialogue and how he can say that can be reformed through multilateralism. 3 Jaish militants killed in Kulgam. A most wanted terrorist and IED expert was among those killed, says police. 9 parties against digital campaign in Bihar must voters will left out, they say. 270 million Indians lifted out of poverty by UPA. Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative (OPHS) study finds that 270 million Indians were lifted out of poverty by the Congress-led UPA, United Progressive Alliance, and those who scoff at its record must know that the economists laugh at their ineptitude, said the Union Finance Minister P. Chidambaram on Thursday. Shift poet to COVID-19 hospitals, says NHRC. The following complaints given by Commonwealth Heights Initiative regarding the lack of treatment being provided to Varavar Rao, regarding the Varavar Rao who are tested positive recently. Within a few confirmatory tests, Delhi testing strategy on the fire. A low level of RT-PCR retesting in persons who are testing antigen negative will underestimate cases COVID-19, says ICMR task force members. Health infrastructure being ramped up, says government. ICMR issues directive to the states, union territory to identify gout private facilities that can provide rapid antigen tests. This is regarding the viral tracker coronavirus. Within around 33,000 of new COVID-19 cases, 676 deaths recorded on Saturday. The cumulative tally rose to around 10 lakhs cases and 26,000 deaths. Air France allowed to resume flights. Passengers need to follow advisory. Rahul wants 20 lakh cases by August 10th. Statement given by Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, who is warning we may even reach 20 lakh cases by August 10th. Police team attacked in Aligarh village. Family members of illicit liquor made through stones, injuring SI to constables. Draft EIA gives license for violations. PM's blunder weakened India, says Rahul. Modi government disrupted all aspects and made the country vulnerable, he alleges. Since 2014, the PM constant blunders and indecisions have fundamentally weakened India and left us vulnerable. Empty words don't suffice in the world of geopolitics. Statement given by Rahul Gandhi regarding the vulnerable created by Modi. Bihar gang rape survivor gets bail. Court of Arari Chief Judicial Magistrate rejects plea of her 2 caregivers. Minor rape victim set afire, dies. Minor rape victim sets afire and dies. This is a minor rape victim and this is in Gurgaon. A minor rape victim in Bhiwani village, this is in Gurgaon, dies after the accused in the rape case and his relative alleged have fire. On Thursday morning, the prime accused in the case had been arrested. The police said that his role in murder was being investigated. 5 Dalits attacked over the land dispute. Madhya Pradesh police register a case. Supreme Court refuses plea for single curriculum. Petitioner had sought one nation, one board and merger of ICSE with CBSE. The Supreme Court on Friday refused to entertain a plea of uniform common curriculum for the school students in the age group of 6 to 14 across the country, rather than have diverse ones such as CBSE, ICSE and State Board. The court said that it was a matter of policy and the judiciary could not command the government. This is a good move. Plea was rejected by Supreme Court. The person who filed this plea says that one nation, one board and merger of syllabus or the board's ICSE, but Supreme Court denied it. Nepal to explore archaeological site. Police remark set of controversy. Nepal man tonsured in Varanasi. IITs to relax criteria for admission due to cancelled board exams. The Indian institutes will relax their eligibility criteria dealing with the Class 12 mark of this year as several board examinations were cancelled due to the COVID pandemic. Earlier, a minimum 75% score in Class 12 were required. This year, a simple pass will be sufficient. The decision was taken by the Joint Admission Board of IIT's Human Resource Development Minister regarding the relaxation for the students, those who want to enter the IIT. Till date was 75%, but now it is just a pass. Appeal to pause the work of legal form. MP officials suspended for helpline misuse. US officials have lost their mind, says China. Beijing responds to Attorney General William Barr's accusations on economic blitzkrieg. US officials have lost their mind and gone mad in their dealings with Beijing, Chinese Foreign Ministry said on Friday in the latest verbal salvo between the two superpowers. Tensions between Washington and Beijing have run high this year as some of the most outspoken critics of China in American Congress were this week hit with the sanctions, days with the US imposed visa ban and asset freezes of several officials. This is what China said regarding the US. Taliban makes a big changes ahead of talks. With Kabul, armed wing gets a new head. 4 leaders added to talks to the team. Security agencies can't have unfettered access to online data, says German court. UN blacklist POC Taliban leader Nur Wali Masood. Pompo's divisive speech at reports release. Secretary says US must ground its human rights policy, religious liberty. Hong Kong demand Taiwan officials sign One China document. Move comes after Taipei criticized the new security law. Iran vows to deal decisively with mounting protests. Police fire tear gas to disperse demonstrators in Lebanon. Israel announces new COVID-19 restrictions. Business to be closed to weekends. Suspect held in grisly killing of US tech entrepreneur. Saleh's body was found. The personal assistant of a young tech entrepreneur who was found decapitated and dismembered in his apartment after a week was arrested early on Friday and is expected to be charged in a grisly killing, according to the two officials believed on the matter. The entrepreneur, Fahim, around 33 years old, was discovered Tuesday afternoon by his sister inside that $22.25 million condo, police officials said. She was found a gruesome scene. Head and limbs have been removed and parts of his body have been placed in large plastic bags. An electric saw was still plugged nearby. Really a gruesome incident. Suspect was held in grisly killing of US tech entrepreneur. HCL Tech profits around jumps to 32% to around 2,925 crores. Air traffic plunges to 6.5% in 2019. DGCA. Stoke Sibley put England in charge. Apex Council meeting, no major decisions. Real returns Barcelona wins 34th La Liga title. There is no bidding war for content between the different OTT platforms. Our learning from the pandemic is that the people are hungry to discover the new things, says VP content at Netflix India. Nest Magic Touch gets Pranjala back on the course. This is regarding the headlines of today's newspaper. So that's the end of today's discussion. If you are new to my channel, I request you all to subscribe to my channel so that you will not miss any further updates. Thank you. Please comment how did you feel this. Please share if you felt this is useful to others. Thank you. Have a great day.